Imagine this moment. Dawn breaks softly over Rome. The marble floors are cold under bare feet, and the weight of responsibility feels heavier than the dawn itself. In this quiet hour, Marcus Aurelius, emperor, philosopher, and human being, writes words not to rule others, but to rule himself. Words that would travel across nearly 2,000 years to reach us in the quiet moments before our own mornings begin. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, it seems so simple. But in this line lives an entire philosophy of living, one that asks us to look beyond comfort, beyond hesitation, and beyond fear, toward the deeper question, what was I born to do? In those first moments after waking, when sleep still holds us gently and the world outside feels cold and demanding, we often hear to voices within. One whispers, stay a little longer. Feel the warmth of the blanket. The world can wait. The other, quieter but steadier, says, rise. You have a task, a duty, a life to live. But rather than scolding himself harshly, he reasoned gently, reminding himself of a profound truth. Marcus Aurelius knew this conflict well. He too felt the lure of comfort, even as an emperor. We were not born simply to feel nice. We were born to act, to live fully, to fulfill the work of a human being. The balance between comfort and duty, warmth, rest, and gentle mornings are part of being human. But when comfort becomes our highest goal, it begins to cost us the very life we hope to enjoy. Comfort is not the enemy. Imagine if the birds refused to fly at dawn because the nest was too warm. Imagine if bees slept through spring because the hive was cozy. Nature moves. Life moves. And we, too, are part of nature. Marcus saw this everywhere. Each does its part to put the world in order. Do you see the birds, the ants, the spiders, and the bees going about their tasks? So why should we, alone among living creatures, resist what we are here to do? But what is the work of a human being? It is not the endless chase for wealth, status, or pleasure. It is something quieter, deeper, and far more enduring. It is to use our reason to guide our choices, to practice virtues like courage, justice, moderation, and wisdom, to help others not for reward, but because it is part of who we are. In a single day, that work can mean, but they shape us moment by moment into the people we wish to become. Speaking kindly when we could stay silent, acting honestly when deceit would be easier, standing firm in the face of fear. Beyond those limits, indulgence no longer restores us, it weakens us, choosing patience over anger. These are small things. Marcus knew the body has needs. We must sleep. We must eat. We must rest. But nature, he reminds us, set limits on these needs. He writes, you've had more than enough of that, but not of working. There you are still below your quota. When we look honestly, most of us see that we have given plenty to comfort, but perhaps too little to what truly matters. Why do we struggle to rise? Marcus suggests the answer may lie in love or its absence. You don't love yourself enough, or you'd love your nature too and what it demands of you. To love ourselves deeply is not to spoil ourselves, but to respect what we are capable of. A sculptor loves stone not because it is easy to shape, but because it challenges them to create beauty. A dancer loves the dance not only for the applause, but for the discipline, the movement, the fleeting moments of grace. If they can love their art so fiercely, should we not love our own human nature? The unique power we have to reason, to choose, to help, to build. It's easy to imagine Marcus Aurelius as an untouchable figure, ruler of an empire, philosopher king. But the truth is more human and more comforting. He wrote these words for himself. In the Meditations, he was not preaching to an audience. He was reminding himself daily of truths that even an emperor could forget. But it is the path that leads to true peace, the quiet peace that comes from knowing we have done what we could in the time we were given. That comfort is fleeting, that purpose is lasting, that each dawn is a new chance to practice living rightly. So, you were born to feel nice instead of doing things and experiencing them. To live only for pleasure is to live shallowly. To live for purpose is to live deeply, to be shaped by effort, struggle, and even suffering. It is not an easy path. Imagine tomorrow morning as dawn softens the world around you. Instead of turning away from the day, pause, Ask yourself, what small act of kindness can I do today? What fear can I face, even in a small way? What task, though humble, can I do with care? These questions pull us gently from comfort into life, not by force, but by reminding us this is what we were made for. Marcus did not ask us to leap out of bed full of joy every morning. He asked us simply to remember why we rise. Over time, this small daily practice of remembering, reflecting, and acting shapes our days. And as our days change, so do our lives. A single morning may feel unimportant, but a lifetime is made of mornings. Imagine a life where each day begins not with dread or laziness, but with quiet acceptance. Today, I will do the work of a human being. Not perfectly, not without struggle, but sincerely. For the Stoics, to live well is to live in harmony with nature, not only the nature around us, but our own human nature. We are made to think, to choose, to act, to love, to create. To deny this is to deny ourselves. To embrace it is to find freedom, even in hardship. Comfort fades, warmth gives way to cold, but character endures. You were born to think, to care, to act. Each choice we make to rise, to act, to help, strengthens us, and over time, these choices build a foundation so strong that even life's fiercest storms cannot shake it. This is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he spoke of rising to do the work of a human being. At dawn, when the bed feels safest, remember, birds fly, bees build, ants carry, and you? Not for glory, not for praise, but because it is in your nature. Tomorrow morning, try this. Sit up slowly. Place your feet on the floor. Take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, I rise to do the work of a human being. Then do it. Not perfectly, but honestly. Thank you for listening. If this reflection speaks to you, consider joining this journey of daily reminders and timeless wisdom, not just to make your mornings better, but to make your life deeper, and more truly your own. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I rise to do the work of a human being. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe. It is totally for free. To the largest community of Stoics ever, I hope to see soon.